Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. नाम संकीर्तन की जय, जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Mataji. Welcome everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. For joining this Bhagavad Gita session.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So we are reading chapter 2 and we have finished almost half of second chapter. Second chapter is the second largest, longest chapter in Bhagavad Gita, which is having 72 shlokas. Nivedita, Nadia group में भी डाल दो कि क्लास शुरू हो रहा है.
ओके माता जी, हरे कृष्ण।
So this is the first longest chapter is 78, last chapter 18 chapter, which has 78 verses, and this is the second longest chapter, which has a 72 verses. And as I said, that Bhagavad Gita second chapter, Krishna is trying to do the summary of the whole Bhagavad Gita. So he talks about so we will have a little bit summary, like, so first Arjuna was confused in the first chapter and he gave various reasons for not fighting. And then in the second chapter started with, he accepted Krishna as a guru. And when he accepted Krishna as a guru, Krishna's role was changed. Now he was like a friend, but he became like a teacher now. And Krishna started saying that, why do you think like this? And he started answering all the questions of the Arjuna one by one. So first reason what Arjuna was given was compassion, that all these people will die. And there Krishna gave him the knowledge knowledge about the body and soul. Actually, if it is asked what is the real knowledge, in material world we think that I am having some degree, I am having some kind of course I have given, so I have knowledge. According to the Vedic scripture, the knowledge means the difference, knowing the difference between the body and soul. A person who knows the difference between the body and soul is in knowledge. A person who is not knowing the difference between the body and soul and he acts like a body always, it is considered as a mudha, even though he may be like very learned. And you can see here also Arjuna also, Krishna says, what he said was, Ashocha anashocastvan pragyavadam shibhasase gata suna agata sumsha nanu shochanti pandita. You are thinking that you are like talking like a brahmana and very learned person, but we are mourning for the thing which is not to be mourned. You do not even know what is soul, and you are mourning only for the body because you do not know. So you are like a murkha. So even the Arjuna was such a great personality. Krishna does not hesitate telling him like you are like a fool. So a person who does not know the difference between the body and soul is considered to be like a fool, because if you remember the second chapter when we started, we said Krishna gave Arjuna his identity. Arjuna did not know who he is. And he was thinking something else about himself. And Krishna gave him the identity. So if we do not know our identity, everything is wrong. Right? So to do thing right, first we should know who we are. So that is how Krishna gave the knowledge. So that is why it is said the first 10 shloka Krishna gave. 11 to 30, 20 shloka Krishna gave the knowledge. And the knowledge was between the difference between the body and soul and matter and the spirit, and in great detail. And after 30 shloka 31 to 37, Krishna said that you are thinking how will I enjoy? So if you are fighting the yuddha, there are only going to be two things. Either you win or you lose or you die. So there is no, in the battlefield, there is no losing. Losing people only die, because the soldiers have that caliber, or what you, that consciousness, till the last of my breath I will fight and die in the battlefield. I will not run away, or I will not go like an, even if I'm losing, I'll give my life. So there were only going to two things happen: either you win or lose. And Krishna said that both is good for you. If you win, you will enjoy the kingdom, and if you lose because you're giving up your life in the battlefield, you are going to have you will be getting the heavenly planet. So there is no loss for you. Rather, if you don't fight, if you don't perform your duty very sincerely, and because of the attachment, sometimes it happens we are very attached to something, and because of the attachment we are not able to perform our duty very nicely. What is the example in Bhagavad Gita about being attached and not performing his duty correctly? Who is the example in Bhagavad Gita?
Dhritarashtra. He was so much attached with the sons that he took a different path.
Yes. So he could not perform his duty because of his excessive attachment to his son. So sometimes it happens to us also. We are so attached to some result. I want to have this, I want to do this, and some person, some people, and we forget to do our duty very sincerely. As I told last class also, that Bhagavad Gita gives the emphasis on performing the duty, but at the same time he teaches us also how to perform the duty. So now in this section of Bhagavad Gita, what we are going to read today is 38 to 53. Krishna is talking about the Nishkam Karma Yoga. So Arjuna's many doubts were there. Krishna is trying to remove one by one. So Arjuna's doubt is not only Arjuna's doubt, it is for us also. Bhagavad Gita is spoken for not only for Arjuna, it is spoken for me. It is spoken for each and every living entity in person. Krishna is talking to each and every living entity in person. So this is how we did Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine. Namacharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayani Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagara Gramatarine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatavaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hari Om. Hare Krishna. So in this section we saw that 11 to 30 we did, till 37 or 38 we did the last. So 11 to 30 it was knowledge of the body and soul. So Bhagavad Gita gave, first Krishna gave Arjuna knowledge. And then he taught him Sakam Karma Yoga. Sakam Karma Yoga matlab, he was trying to tell that you do this, you get this. Because Arjuna was telling, if I fight, I am going to lose everything. So Krishna is trying to give him Sakam Karma Yoga. Okay, even if you want to enjoy, this is the way you can enjoy. Performing your duty is the best enjoyment. If you do not perform your duty, if you remember last class, he had told that if you run away, people will think that you run away from the battlefield out of fear. And akirtim, it will not give you any fame, rather it will give you infamy. And for a person like you, infamy is worse than death. So there are two types of death. One, death when we lose the body and what, and second death is also if somebody insults us, it's also worse than death. It says people are going to insult you in different ways and manners. They will not be appreciating your sacrifice. Rather, they will think that you are a coward person. So you better do Sakam Karma Yoga and you will win both the ways. You have a win-win situation. Now Krishna will talk. Then Arjun says, okay, doing my duty also give me sin. So Krishna now will teach him Nishkam Karma Yoga. Nishkam Karma Yoga is also called Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga means using your intelligence and doing the activity which is connecting to the Supreme. Yoga means connection to the Supreme. So you use your intelligence and perform the activity which connects you to the Supreme Lord, and that is all called Buddhi Yoga. The Buddhi Yoga and Nishkam Karma Yoga you will be seeing this word repeatedly in the Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada has written in purport. So they are same. Nishkam Karma Yoga means we do not desire anything. We work for without any attachment. So here Krishna is saying that now you learn to work with the knowledge. So you have to do some duty. You do your duty with the knowledge. Till here you are all clear? We all have to perform some duty. We cannot sit idle. Everybody, we all have some roles to play here in the material world also. So suddenly if somebody says that you become like Gyani Dhyani, do not do anything, that's not possible for us because we have taken a Grihastha ashram and all of us have some responsibility to play. So we all have to do some kind of karma. But if we do karma with the knowledge, then it becomes Nishkam Karma Yoga. And Nishkam Karma Yoga means there is no kama, there is no desire. And if we perform Nishkam Karma Yoga, then we free from all the bondage. Very simple. We have to understand that if I desire something, if I am desiring ki I will earn 100 rupees, I will go and buy something and I will enjoy something. So all the results I am getting because I want to enjoy the result of my activities. But if I do activity and offer the result to somebody else, then there is no result. Like if a bank cashier is there, he gets every day so much cash, but he is not attached to the cash because he knows it doesn't belong to me. He just counts and keep it safe. So he is not responsible for that, and he just counts and keeps. If he uses some of the money, if somebody comes and thinks, oh, you have so much money, why can't you use something for yourself? If he uses something for himself, he will be caught. The second example is, I am living in a house and I have a maid servant who is living with me permanently. I have done something bad. I did some robbery or something. Police comes to my house, inquire about me, and I'm not at home and my maid is there. So he will ask, who are you? She says, I am the maid in the house. What do you do? This is what is my job. He will inquire about the maid, but he will not take maid to the jail. He will not put the maid behind the jail because maid says, I am not responsible for it. I'm just working here. What is madam doing? I do not know about it. So I am not responsible for it. I am working for her. Who is responsible? Madam is responsible for it. So this is the way when we offer the result to the Lord, we also become free. When we do not offer the result to the Lord, when we try to enjoy the result, then it gives us the binding. It gives us the reaction. Different reaction, good reaction, good and bad reaction back. So this is the difference between Shakam and Nishkam Karma. Nishkam Karma means I have no desire, but I'm still doing my duty. So that is what Krishna is teaching in this section now, Nishkam Karma Yoga. So he says you work with knowledge. Understanding? Work with knowledge. So Buddha is intelligence, connection to, and yoga is connection to the Supreme. Krishna, karma with jnana, performing the activities with the knowledge is called Nishkam Karma. So this is the definition, when we perform the activity with knowledge. So this section, Buddhi Yoga, Nishkam Karma Yoga will be taught. Detached work without reactions. Detached work. I will do all the activities, whatever is required for me to do. But I will not be thinking about the result. So I will not get any reaction. So here Krishna is teaching Arjuna the higher principle. Krishna is taking him from lower to the higher consciousness. Earlier he said, you want to enjoy? Okay, you enjoy. You want to enjoy also, you need to fight only. Because fighting will only give you enjoyment. But you think that I should not get reaction, then this is how you should fight. Fight as a duty. Equanimity and duality. Sukha dukha same kritva labha labhau jaya jayo tatho yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi sukha dukhe same kritva. So you do not fight considering the happiness or distress. What happens? When we perform any activity again, there is either happiness or distress. Only two things are happening. Some activity we enjoy and some activity we don't like to do it. It creates some problem for us. Labha labha. Some we do for our profit and some activity does not give us profit. It gives us some losses. He says you and jaya and ajaya ajaya. Whether you will win or you will lose. You do not think about anything. Victory, defeat, happiness, distress, or loss or gain. If you do like this, naivam papam avapsyasi. The one thing we need to understand, when we perform our duty for our enjoyment, before we are learning this, we are trying to learn Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a principle given by the Lord for our happiness, for our individual. Each of one of us can become happy and know how to work. Maybe certain things when we are reading, discussing here, you are not able to understand as of now. Just be patient. By the end of Bhagavad Gita, doubts will be clear. And also, if you have some doubts during the classes also, please ask question. Don't ever think that this is wrong. It cannot be wrong. Maybe my mental status is not right now. I'm not prepared to understand how it is correct. So we have to try to understand how it is correct for me in my life. This is the thing we need to learn. Not that, it doesn't suit me, it's all useless. I don't like. Why should I work? If I don't aspire good and bad, why should I work? Then Krishna will answer this in text 47. But you have to wait till 47. You hear text 38 and you say, no, I just close. I just log off from here. It doesn't make any sense to me. Then you will be the loser. So be patient and read one by one. Krishna will answer all our doubts. By the end of the Bhagavad Gita, all our doubts will be cleared. So we have to be patient, and in between, if you very impatient we are, like sometimes, so please ask question. So what we will do, we will jump from here to the text chapter 3, 4, 5, 6 and give see in chapter 6 Krishna has said this. The chapter 4 Krishna has said, we'll try to give you an answer as much as I know. Okay. So this is my humble request to everybody. Be here and try to understand. And if there is any doubt, please ask question. Don't be in rush. So Krishna says ki if you do not think about anything. Now if we relate this shloka in our life, what happens? Forget about the papam. Krishna says ki you will not incur sin. That means if I am working for my profit loss, if I am thinking about my happiness or distress and working, then I am acquiring sin. What does this sin mean? Sin means some reaction. While doing the duty, some duty we do with the good consciousness, some duty we do with bad consciousness. Some duty are good, gives us the good results. Some duties are, it is not according to the how we have to perform. So it gets me some bad reaction, which we do not know. The reaction theory we have not learned, so we do not know which duty is giving me good and which duty is giving bad. For that only we are reading Bhagavad Gita. So yes, but otherwise also, if you are always thinking about the result, I get this, only I'll do this. A person you are in your surrounding also, you see, you always think about some result. Okay, what is the problem? Why I should do this? What is the thing? What result I'm getting? Then he's always very disturbed person. He's always very disturbed person. He can never be happy. That person can never be happy. Because because always the results are not same. We are not getting the same result what we want. So in the material life also, if we are like that, we will not be very happy. So Krishna says, don't think about all these things and just do your duty. So do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing, you shall never incur sin. Arjuna's fear was that I'll incur sin. Krishna says, if you do perform duty like this, as a matter of duty, even if you're killing, you are not incur sin. Arjuna was thinking, I'm going to kill so many people, so I'm going to incur sin. Krishna says, no. If you detach manner you are doing it, you will not incur sin. So here Krishna asks Arjuna to work with detachment, jnana and karma. Do the prescribed duty with the spiritual knowledge. With the knowledge. Perform your duty. Don't say, Krishna never said not to work, ever. Always work, but with the right consciousness, with the right knowledge. That will make us happy. Now Krishna is saying, what will happen if you do the work without attachment? What will happen? Every time Krishna will... So every time Krishna tells, and then he also says, because he knows our conditioned mind, if you do not give us the result, we will not work. So Krishna says, Esha te bhihita sankhe buddhiri yoga timam shrunu buddhaya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Esha te bhihita sankhya. If he says, if you work with this sankhya philosophy, last two, this side. So he says sankhya means knowledge of body and soul, detail when we matter and spirit. That is called sankhya philosophy. So he says, if you understand this sankhya philosophy and use your intelligence, Bar Krishna will tell, use your intelligence to work, Arjun. Don't do like a fool. Buddhi yoga, if you use your buddhi yoga and listen, what will happen? Buddhiya yukto yaya partha. If you use your intelligence to work, karma bandham prahasyasi. You will be free from the reaction of all the karma. There will be no reaction. So there will be no reaction for you. If you work like this, you are using your intelligence and work without any attachment, then there will be no karma bandhan for you. So when we say that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about Nishkama Karma Yoga, he not only says you just do it, he says you are getting yourself in the karma bandhan. No karma bandhan will be there. So if we have to become free from sinful reaction, Krishna did not say ki you work. What Krishna told to Arjuna, work in the renounced spirit and not to renounce activities. How you have to work? Renounce spirit for the higher cause and not the renounce the activity. Arjuna was trying to renounce the activity. Krishna is teaching him to work in the renounced spirit. You work in the renounced spirit. You work, but don't be attached. Krishna encourages Arjuna to work in Buddhi Yoga or Nishkam Karma Yoga. So that by doing so, he says, you work in a renounced spirit. Nishkam Karma Yoga. Again, what he says here, if you do, you learn that I have to work with Nishkam Karma Yoga, there will be no bandhan. Then what will happen also? Krishna says here, no loss in this yoga. This Buddhi Yoga, there is no loss. Sakam Karma mein there is loss. We will learn that. With Buddhi Yoga, there is no loss. Neha bhikramana asti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Neha bhikrama nasho asti. There is no diminution in this endeavor. Swalpam apiyasya. Alpam means little. Swalpam means very little also if you perform. It saves you from the bhayat. Mahato bhayat. Trayate means it delivers you. It saves you from mahato bhayat. Greatest danger. Bhaya. We are all living in bhaya. What is the, and Prabhupada writes in the purport, what is the greatest fear we have? After getting human life, degrading ourselves into some other. We have got a beautiful human life and we do not use it for the upgrading ourselves, rather we degrade ourselves from any other species. So he says, in this endeavor, there is no diminution and a little advancement. And Krishna gives us the hope also. Okay, I'm not able to do perfectly Bhakti Yoga. Little also you are doing. Also, it will be protecting you. So even if you perform a little Bhakti Yoga, little you offer the result to Krishna and Nishkam Karma Yoga, or you work with the detachment, then little activity also will save us. So Krishna says, it will save you, it protects one from the most dangerous type of fear, even if you do little. Krishna is not talking about you have become perfect. Krishna never says you become perfect, then only I'll accept. Then only you will be best. Krishna never says. Actually, in the material world, you see, wherever you are working, everybody wants us to be perfect. Even if you make a little mistake, also people are not tolerating. One mistake, second mistake, resignation letter you give. Or company will give you that, okay, now from tomorrow you do not work. Or even in the family, home, we make a little mistake, everybody is there to shout at us, oh, why did you do this? Why did you? No, nobody gives us chance. But Krishna gives us chance. Krishna says, even little you do. Even if you make mistake, but little you do also, I am happy. Accept. Acceptance is there for Krishna. Krishna accepts what the person who accepts us unconditionally is Krishna only. He accepts. Even we try a little bit, also Krishna accepts. So he says, even though you make a little at this thing. Now, this shloka is very important for our material life also. If we make a small effort in our material life also, at the end, we get the success. Sometimes when we start the work and when we end the work, in between, there are so many difficulty comes. But we try to deviate from the path. If we do not achieve the goal, we change the goal. But here it says, slowly you perform. Do your duty sincerely. Do your, as Bhagavad Gita is taught. Even little you do. Slowly you will be successful in one day. So there is a example, no loss in this yoga, is there was a rat in the temple and she used to eat the ghee. So they used to offer the lamb to the Lord, and after the lamb, winter season, the ghee gets solidified. And lamb will, because of the ghee become solid, this wick will stop burning. So when it stops burning, she will go and eat that ghee. And she used to survive on that. So one day when she went and she was trying to eat, there was a little fire with her oxygen came from her mouth. Like she started breathing. And the little fire which was there, it started burning, glowing. And she started burning. And in the burning, she started jumping, having the wick in the mouth. This is a story we tell in the Damodar month also. that Krishna accepted. Krishna said, that cat has made an endeavor and she's trying to lamp in the month of Kartik to me, and I give her the deliverance. So immediately from the cat body, she got a body of a human being. So little bit also she performed. She did not do it consciously. She did not think that I am doing it as an offering to Krishna. But unconditionally also she did it. Krishna accepted it. So there is no loss in this yoga, even if you perform little. There is another story of Gajendra. When we do the little, our efforts gets accumulated and the result comes in a huge. So Gajendra was an elephant, and once he was taking bath in the river, and that crocodile caught him. And for many celestial years, Gajendra and the crocodile were fighting. Gajendra was an elephant and he was very strong on the land, but he was not, and because he was in the water, he didn't get food for a very long time and he became very weak. So he did not know how to save himself. All his family members left him. So many other elephants were there. They all left him because they thought that they cannot save Gajendra anymore. But Gajendra was a king in his previous life, and he had learned some prayers, stutis. And at the time of difficulty, when he saw that nobody is there to help me and I'm all by myself, and this is my last, now this crocodile is going to kill me anytime. So because he had learned those prayers in his previous life, he could recite those prayers and pray to the Lord. And as soon as he prayed to the Lord, immediately the Lord appeared on the Garuda and he killed this crocodile and delivered the Gajendra. So he had learned in his previous lives all these prayers. Swalpamapi asya dharmasya. But Lord, when it was all accumulated and he could remember that time and he could recite and he was delivered. So even if you do little, consistent and constant effort gives us the great success. There are various examples. There's example of this squirrel. The squirrel was there. We all know that the time of when the Lord Ramachandra was trying to build a bridge over the ocean. And then all the monkeys were putting the big boulders, and there was a small squirrel, and she was putting one grain of the sand, bringing the sand and going and putting the sand over in the sea. And the Hanuman came in between and said, why you are doing this? You will come under the feet of some monkey and you will die, such a small animal. You just get out of the way. And this squirrel said, no, I also want to serve the Lord. Even though I'm small, so what? So she said, but Hanuman did not allow him. But Hanuman was thinking, we are also heavy monkeys. If some bulldozer falls on her or somebody's fit fall, she will die unnecessarily. So this squirrel went to the Lord Ramachandra and said, I also want to serve. So Lord Ramachandra said, yes, you can also do some service. And he told that whatever boulder you are putting, the sand is going to join them. So let her do her service. So her service was actually very insignificant. How much she can put the sand also, but was accepted, constant and consistent. When we are doing some activity, we have to be constant and consistent. Consistency is a very, very important thing in our material life also. If we are not consistent, then the result we cannot get nice. So why Krishna is telling that? Being consistent. What happens if we do not get good result? We are morose. If we get happy, some good things happen in life, then we become overjoyed and we become deviated. So Krishna says, Sukha Dukha Samay Kritva. Don't know whether it is happy or with this distress, be equanimous. And do your duty unattached. Do your duty very sincerely. So if we apply this principle in our material life also, because many times the work we are doing is not giving us the pleasure, or sometimes it is giving over pleasure. Both the ways we should not be disturbed. Constant and consistent effort we have to make. Do our duty. We have to attach to do our duty very sincerely. Not that what is going to be the outcome of it. Of course, if you are doing the duty sincerely, we'll get the good result only. What gives us the good result? Consistent duty. So even if you're all the principle of this, if you are ethical, if you are truthful, if you are truthful to your work and job, if you do your work very consistent, people will recognize. Now we'll say, no, Kali Yuga, nobody recognize. People will take advantage. They can take advantage for some time. All the great heroes, those who became great, everybody had made fun of them at some point of the time. You are all fool, you are wasting your life, you cannot do anything in there. But they were very consistent. And then they, over a period of time, people started recognizing their work. We have the example of Thomas Alva Edison. So many times when we are trying to make the bulb, he failed. Somebody says 2774 times, somebody says 9,999 times he failed. And somebody asked him how you could perform because so many times you failed. He said, no, I never failed. Every time I learned that this is the way we cannot make the bulb. So I found another way. This was the way which we could not make. I found another way. So consistently and constantly he was working towards his goal. And later on people. So this gives us and motivation that we have to work very sincerely without being carried away with the result. Sincere hard work, consistent hard work will pay some result definitely over a period of time. We are living actually in the age of quick fix. Everything we want quick. 2-minute noodles, 2-minute thing, 2-minute thing, everything quick. There are certain things takes time in our life. Even the Lord gives the result according to his time. He does not follow our time. He follows his time. So we have to patiently wait for the Lord to award the result. Wait for his time. So now we learn that we have to be consistent. And if we are being consistent in the spiritual life also, if you do perform, offer the result to the Lord, do your duty very sincerely, there is no loss in this process. Because even if you do small work as a detached work, that will save you from the greatest danger. And greatest danger is to fall into the lower species of life. The more we have desire, who decides what body I'm going to get the next? I decide only according to my desire and my karma. My next body has been designed. So if I have so many desires, so my next body is based on my desires. So my desires or my karma. Then if we have a very sincerely, then Krishna gives us definitely Krishna promises to at least secure our human life. You will be getting a human life, that security is there. You will not fall into danger of getting into the lower species again. Then now this is very important, very nice section of Bhagavad Gita, 41 to 46, Vyavasayatmika, intelligence and Vedic Karma Kanda. Vyavasayatmika means very focused, attention. When you are doing something with the attention, with the fixed mind, the result is easily obtained. Yes. So here it says one pointed versus many branched. So Krishna says here, those who are not focused, their intelligence is many branched. This. Generally, nowadays in the Kali Yuga, we very difficult to find a focused person. We want to attend so many things in our life. Here Krishna says, Vyavasayatmika buddhir, resolute, eke raha kuru nandana. Just be very focused. Bahushaka hi anantascha buddhyo vyavasayina. Bahushaka. Those who are having many roots, many things they want to do, many branched, they can never be focused. So very important to be focused. When we have focus, our focus goal is clear, then it's easy to obtain the goal. Like if you see sometime nowadays, when we travel, we have a Google map and you give one instruction from here, I have to go there. Google will take you from one place to another. We keep changing. No, now I have this. Now this. Then Google also gets confused. What do I do? And every time rerouting. Show another way. And we can never reach the goal. We'll be stuck. The 10-minute thing will take 30 minutes. If we give clear instruction, one thing, clear. A person, it is said that if the goal is clear, it may take longer time, but definitely you will reach. Sometimes if the goal is not clear, we will never reach anywhere. So Krishna here talks about Vyavasayatmika buddhi, very focused. Those who are in the path, Those who are in this path. This path means those who are Nishkam Karmi Yogi, those who do detached work. Their goal, they are very resolute in their purpose. They know the purpose why I am doing it. And their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. So Krishna is trying to elevate the consciousness of Arjuna. These are what Bhagavad Gita teaches us, is also elevation of consciousness. What we are dealing every day is a very lower mode of consciousness. Our interest is on the lower mode. Our taste is on the lower mode. Our what you call, whatever we are doing is and that is why we get disturbed with every small thing. Whatever happens in our life, it disturbs us. Anybody and everything and anything can disturb us. Krishna is saying all these things are happening in your life. You have to elevate yourself. You have to work in a consciousness that you are not disturbed. You have to work in a consciousness that you attain your goal very clearly. You have to become Varsayatmika. You have to be very focused and resolute. Because if you are not resolute and your focus is many branch, you can never attain success. Bahu shakha hi anantascha buddhyo vyavasayina. Those who are on the path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are resolute, irresolute is many branched. Can never attain anything because it's always diverted. So in the material life and the spiritual life, both. Bhakti yoga also, this side, we have to do like this. We have to elevate. We have to work as a Nishkam Karma Yogi. We have to work for a higher cause. We have to work for the higher consciousness. If we are not that, then we can never be focused. So those who take this path, they are Ekerah Kurunanda. They're resolute. They're very focused. But otherwise, others are not very focused. The one-point determination we see in Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada met his 1922. He met his spiritual master. And he instructed him to go and preach, because when he met him first time, he said, you are an English-speaking person and you should go and preach this message to the foreign land. And 1922, he gave the message. And 1965, at the age of 69, only he could make to go to the US first time for the preaching this Bhagavad Gita. 1922 to 1965, he was just meditating on one thing, that my Guru has given this instruction and I have to fulfill. And he had nothing. So many, you read the Prabhupada biography, so many ups and downs were there in his life from 1922 to 1965. He got married, he had children, he got business, then he failed in business and he got, so many things happened. But his determination was very clear that I have to do somehow. This is my ultimate goal in my life, that I have, my Guru has given me this instruction and I want to at least try for it and do it once. Let me go there and do this. For 45 years, he just prepared for it himself. And then he went over there in 1960. Within 1 year, he opened 10 centers. And in 11 times in 12 years, he made almost 108 temples. So all we see is the success of Srila Prabhupada. Oh, he went in 70 years of age and he was, in 12 years, he made 108 temples and more than 10,000 devotees all across the globe. All the 6 continents, he traveled 11 times. So he did everything. But how much struggle he did, how much focus he had in his life. He was very, very focused and very determined, and that is what he could achieve. Second, this is, we have the, from the scripture, if we see the example, was the Shabri. Shabri was a lady, and she was there in a Matanga Muni's ashram, and Matanga Muni, when he was living, and he said, you wait here and the Lord Ramchandra will come and give you darshan. And that time Shabri was very young girl, and that Matanga Rishi, he left the world, and all the other disciples, they left their place. Nobody stayed over there, but Shabri stayed there. My Guru has told that Lord Ramchandra will come here and I will just wait. What she used to do, she used to clean the place. She used to collect the flowers and fruits and make the garland and wait there every single day for so many years. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. This is called Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Very focused. Now, my guru has told, and I will do this service only. And she became old. All her youth and every time, for many years, she just waited and she became old. And one day when she was cleaning and sitting there and she saw the two effulgent personality coming from there. And she became so overwhelmed that she started giving she was tasting the bear, that I should give the sweetest bear to the Lord Ramchandra. And because of that, overwhelmed, she started tasting everything. Oh, I'll taste it. Whichever is sweet, I'll give. Whichever is not sweet, I'll not give to him. Her idea was that I want to give the best to the Lord. That should be our mood. What is the best I have, should give it to the Lord. Not that whatever verse I have, I should give it to. No. We use the best thing everywhere else. But when we come to the temple, or when we come to the some satsang or somewhere, then we try to do whatever is left over. If I have nothing, I will come for satsang. If something else is there, my priority is to go to some birthday party, some kitty party, some picnic party, some office party. That and all is there. If any of these things comes in our life, the first, this is the last priority. I'll do only when I'm free. As if this is the waste of time for myself. I'm just doing it, but this is my last thing to do. So this is how we think. We are not like Vyavasayatmika buddhi towards our spiritual life also. So he says she was so focused, and then Lord came there to give darshan to the Sabri. So till here, Krishna talks about the Nishkam Karma Yoga, that you do this duty without attachment. Don't be attached to the result. Don't think about the good and bad. And by doing that, you will be free from all the bondage of the karma. But there are some people, they say, in the Vedic scripture also the Karma Kanda part is there. So many things are there. You do this to get this, you do this to get this, you do this to worship this person to get this, worship this to get this yagya for that yagya for that. What about all those things? Now Krishna will address that part. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avapishtitaha vedavadarata partha nanyadastiti vadinaha कामात्मना स्वर्गपरा जन्म कर्म फल प्रदाम क्रिया विशेष बहुलाम भोगेश्वर्य गतिम प्रतिम. So he says, men of small knowledge, those who do not have complete knowledge, they are ya imam pushpitam vacham. Pushpita means flowers. Vacham means whatever is written in the Vedas is the words of the Vedas are like a flowers, and which recommend the fruitive activity for the elevation. For where? To go to the heavenly planet. Kamatmana Swargapara. To fulfill your material desire, there are some Vedic scripture talks about some activities which gives us the fulfill our desire, material desire, and also takes us to the heavenly planet. Janma karma phalapradhan. I'll get the good birth. I'll be born as a rich person. I'll be very beautiful. Sometimes you give this dana, you will get this. You do this, you get this. So for these things, lot of activities been given into the rituals as a name of ritual in the Vedic this thing. So those who are small knowledge, they get attracted by these things, and they think there is nothing more than this. This is the only thing I need to do. Why I should do Nishkam Karma Yoga and all? Before this, I had a class, and that lady was sharing her realization. I'm sure she's here also right now today. She's in this class also. That she had some problems, she went to the astrologer. Astrologer said, Monday, Tuesday, you worship to this, and for Wednesday, you forget that you have worshipped that personality, that demigod. And the Wednesday, you worship the another demigod, and Thursday, you forget that you have worshipped them. So that is how you can fulfill your desire. So much attached to the results and keep going here and there, here and there, here and there. So this is all this Vedic Karma Kanda, where people are Vedic Karma Kanda actually, that is what we were discussing. Ultimate aim of all the scripture, all the Vedas, all the complete, whether you read Ramayana, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, Veda, Purana, ultimate, what you need to do is everywhere that we have to get rid of cycle of birth and death. Ultimate is this only. But immediate is also there. The Veda talks about lot of immediate benefit. Till the time I have material body, I have to fulfill my needs and desires also, right? So, okay, you worship. So do it, not do as a sinful way. Just do it. Follow something. You do this to get this. You do some method is been given. Follow that system. Please that demigod and get some results. So, but that is not the ultimate. Problem is where when we think that that is an ultimate thing, that is what we need to do the whole life. No, that is the beginning. In the initial stage, we are attracted by these things because that is how we develop the faith in the superior authority. Oh, I did this and I got this. I did this, so I got this. So I developed the faith in the superior authority. Okay, there is somebody superior. No, none of us have seen the God, right? We have developed the faith by getting some benefit from him. Okay, he is there, he is there, he is there, he is there, everybody says. And we also know, yeah, he is there somewhere. So we have developed the faith that way. There is another way to develop the faith is there that you read the scripture. And scripture talks about his presence, his house, his family, his details, his address, everything is, you develop the faith from there. So intelligent people read the scripture and try to develop the faith from there. And men of small intelligence, they do the give and take and try to develop the faith from there. What happens? What is the problem here? When we get, we develop the faith. When we lose, our faith also goes away. So here it is very, very says, like they say, somebody's mic is on. Vedavadarata. Vedavadarata is supposingly follower of the Vedas. They do not know the Vedas. They are just following the Vedas with the little knowledge. When they are following the Veda with the little knowledge, this is the problem. They think that this is the only thing I need to do. So Krishna says, men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommends various fruitive activities for the elevation to heavenly planet, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. So they decide that there is nothing more than this. So Veda recommend for some sacrifices. For what? Going to the heavenly planet. Or enjoy some material desire in this world also. The Veda talks, you do some sacrifice. All the puja, what we do in the name of sacrifice. So this sacrifice, we pleases them and try to get some benefit. As fools are attached to the flowers of poisonous tree without knowing the result of such attraction, unenlightened men are similarly attracted by such heavenly opulence and the sense enjoyment thereof. Sometimes we get some attractive flower. We do not know whether it is poison. And we touch it or we use that flower and that is poison and like it is dangerous for us. Similarly, those who are unenlightened, those who do not have a deep knowledge, they get attracted by the Vedic instruction only for Vedic Karma Kanda and they get attached there. Okay, I'll get the heavenly planet, I'll get a lot of opulences, all my desire will be fulfilled. People worship God only for this. He gives me this, he gave me this, I got this desire was fulfilled, that desire was fulfilled. So it is okay for me. So that is how Krishna says that there are people, those who are less intelligent. Krishna encourages Arjuna to give up karma kanda mentality. Krishna says, don't do that. And next sloka he'll say, Bhogeshware prasaktanam taya prahata chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhauna vidhiyate. Who are the people? Those who worship so there are two types of people. One, those who will do duty very sincerely, focused, like Shabri, like Prabhupada. What is that? What was that shloka? Sorry. Vyavasayatmika. Yes, Vyavasayatmika, very focused. They know I have to do as a duty. I'm not attached to the result. I'll just do it very sincerely. But other kind of people are there. They are attracted by all these things, different. Why they are attracted? Why they cannot surrender? Why? Because that is ultimate. Being focused is ultimate. Why they cannot surrender? Because Bhogeshwarya Prasakta Nam. They are too attached to the Bhoga and Ashwarya. They are always attached to some opulences. I want to attend this, I want to attend this, I want to enjoy this, I want to enjoy this. Too much attachment. So Krishna says those who are too attached to the sense enjoyment, material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. They can never achieve Vyavsayatmika Buddhi. Samadho na vidhiyate. Samadhi means that samadhi. Vyavsayatmika, when there is like a samadhi, not disturbed. They can never attain that samadhi state, because they are always disturbed by their senses of bhoga and aishwarya. I want to enjoy this, I want to get this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Always they are attracted by unlimited desires. So they cannot be happy also actually. When we have too many desires to fulfill, unlimited sources and this thing, then always disturbed. So this is a, Krishna says, and this is an obstacle for one-pointed intelligence, that we are attracted by so many things. So here Krishna summarized it by saying, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna, Nirdvando Nitya Sattvasto, Niryoga Shema Atmavan. There was, the Veda deals with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all duality in a pure spiritual state, from all anxiety for gain and safety, and be established in the self. So what Krishna says again, summarize this, what he spoke is, therefore, don't just get attracted by the flowery words of the Vedas. It deals with the only three modes. So you transcend yourself. Nistraya Gunya Bhavarjuna. You become above from three modes. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. And be your nirdvando netva sasto. Be free from all the duality of material world. There is a duality. There's that, there's that, there's that. And stay in a pure state, spiritual state. And that way you will be free from all the anxiety. And you can establish in yourself in the self. So how we can attain that state of mind where we cannot be disturbed by all these things? We can be very focused. We can be very should not have any anxiety. How do we attain that? We have to elevate our consciousness beyond the three modes. This is what Krishna teaches us. Elevate your consciousness. Why Krishna is teaching to elevate consciousness? Why Krishna is not teaching, okay, you continue doing this only, get this and do this and get this, and why? What is the problem? Because that is a maze. You get stuck over there and you can never be happy. And even though you get everything, you will never be happy, because there is no end of desire. One goes and the next comes, and one goes and the next comes, and it can never be end. Krishna says, better you don't get into that maze. Come to the stage of Vyavsayatmika Buddhi. Elevate yourself from the three modes, and that is how you can be happy. Free from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. Then only you can be completely happy and satisfied. So all of us want to be completely happy and satisfied, right? So this is how Krishna is teaching us to be completely happy and satisfied, but with the running behind things and not being very focused. So the Veda deals mostly with the fruitive activities to gradually elevate the general public from sense gratification to the transcendental position. Bhakti is beyond the three modes, and by the performance of Bhakti Yoga, a person transcends modes. Jnana and karma cannot be said to be Nistraya Gunya, because the presence of Sattva and Jnana Rajas is karma. So we will do it till here only today. So we will summarize here that Veda deals with the fruitive activities, sense gratification. It gives, actually the ultimate purpose of Veda is also to take us from Sakam Karma to Nishkam Karma only. But it's a very slow process. Going through the Veda is like if you have to climb to the 14th floor of the building and you go by steps. The 14th floor you have to climb slowly, slowly. Or performing the Bhakti Yoga is taking the lift. We just press the button and we are in a seconds we are from 0 to 14. Otherwise, it's a very slow steps. So some people don't make an effort only. Oh, 14th floor, I cannot go down. I cannot walk. I will be sitting down only. I cannot go because it's not to my cup of tea. Some people will be so slow. By the time they will reach there, they'll be completely exhausted. So they will lose the purpose only. So that is how the ultimate Veda also takes us from Sakam to Nishkam only, but it is a very slow process. Initially, we have a desire, we work for fruitive activity. Then slowly our desire gets purified and we'll come to Nishkam Karma. It's a very slow process. But following the instructions of the Lord, doing the duty as Krishna is telling as a Nishkam Karma Yoga, it is very quick advancement. So we will do the quick summary, what we learned today in a minute, and then if you have any question. So we learned from this section, Buddhi Yoga or Nishkam Karma Yoga, detached work. Buddhi Yoga, we learned that Buddhi means intelligence, Yoga means to connect, do our duty with the intelligence, and that is called Buddhi Yoga. And that is called Nishkam Karma Yoga also. So Krishna told Arjuna that you do your duty as a duty, fight as a duty, and be equanimity, follow the equanimity in duality. Don't think about the result, happiness or distress, or good or bad, or victory or defeat. And by doing that, if you are doing your duty as a matter of duty, without being attached to the results, you will not incur sin. And then so we learn that Krishna asked Arjuna to perform duty with knowledge. We have to perform the duty, but we have to perform with the knowledge. And he says, if you do like that, if you perform your duty with the knowledge, then you will be free from the karma bandhana prahasyasi. You will not be, you can free yourself from all the bondage of the work. This is a Sankhya Yoga I'm teaching. If you can work on this intelligence, then you will be free from. And then he says, and if you're performing this activity, you say, okay, I'm doing, what is this thing? I am not expecting result, but what I am going to gain? Krishna says, there is no, you'll get ultimate result for this. Not only in this life, even though you carry to the next life. We'll discuss this. We have not discussed this in detail about how the devotional service carried forward from one life to the next life. So he says, and it will save you from the greatest danger of going into the lower species again. So even little advancement, if you do in this, there is no loss. And then we saw the example of elephant, then mouse, then the Gilahari, and Thomas Alva Edison, how for the long time he was working, little, and then he got the result. And then he taught that Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. You keep your intelligence very focused. Don't think about the result as a karma kanda. And then he says those who are resolute in purpose, their goal is one. And those who are irresolute, their goal is many branched. They have so many things. They can never focus. So it is very important to be first find the goal and then work on it. And we saw the example of Srila Prabhupada, and we also saw the example of Saraburi. Actually, yeah. Then we saw, then why others cannot do? Then if it is, this is the perfection that everybody has to have the Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. Why some people are not able? Because they are too attached to the Bhoga and Aishwarya. They are too attached to the sense enjoyment and material opulence. And that is the reason they can never be very focused in one thing. They can never attend. Whenever our mind is too attached to the worldly thing, then we can never perform very sincerely. And then he says, you transcend yourself from the three modes of material nature. And that is the perfection of your life. The Veda deals with three modes of material nature, and you have to transcend yourself from the three modes of material nature. So, do you have any question? Your comment?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
I want to understand this. I have not understood it completely. Be free from all dualities. What do you mean? What dualities means, and how can we free from the dualities?
See, so let me show you again. Here Krishna is talking now. This is a duality like sukha, dukkha, jaya, parajaya, happiness, distress. This is duality. Material world is this or that. Material world always has this. So this is called duality. So don't be happy or sad, both the things. Neither you become overjoyous nor you become over sad. Composed mind, equanimity, be equal in all the situation.
Right.
So this is what has been taught. That duality means this.
So it means whatever will be the result, you need not to get touched by that.
Yes. How
Right.
Krishna further teach actually this. Padma Patra Vibambhasa. As a lotus being in the water is not attached with the water.
Right.
So even if you whatever, that is what we need to train our mind for.
Mind for right.
Then the mind becomes so strong. So see what happens in our material life. If we talk about, our mind is disturbed by everything. So if mind is disturbed, it reduces the power to work. If I'm not disturbed, if I'm nirbhay, if I'm not like worried for anything, so I can work better. So you see the great people like Chanakya and other, they were fearless. I'm not worried about everything, whatever is going to happen to me. So they were so fearless and they could perform so well.
Right.
Because we are attached to the result, this will happen, that what will happen, that will happen, what will happen, this will happen, what will. Mind is so occupied that whatever we are doing also, we cannot give our 100%.
Absolutely right.
So Krishna says, don't be disturbed. Do as a matter of duty. The whole principle of Bhagavad Gita is like that. Everything do as a matter of duty only. And that is what the 47th verse is going to come the next class. Karmanye vadikaraste. Ma phaleshu kadachana. You have a right to perform your duty. That is it. Only right. Whatever result comes, it's not in your hand. Not that since the result is not in my hand, okay, I will not perform the duty. That is also not in your hand. That also is not good. That is what Arjuna was telling. I don't want to perform my duty. Krishna said, no, you have to perform.
Yeah.
Whether you fail or you win, you have to perform your duty. So what is important is what is in our hand is only to do our duty. We have to put all our 100% in only the performance of duty. That is a very higher consciousness actually. That person is not disturbed. When we start acting on that consciousness that I have to do what, no matter whether people are telling good or bad, no matter whether it is giving me good result or bad result, I have to just do my duty. If we can maintain that consciousness, definitely you are going to get a good result.
Absolutely.
Definitely, nobody can stop you. But maintaining that consciousness is very hard in the material world.
Absolutely.
What we saw, like so many difficulty came in the life of Prabhupada, or so many difficulty came in the life of Thomas Alva Edison, but they could never deviate it. They go, I want to just do it, continue with my duty. It may take him for 50 years. It's fine. I just work for 50 years. At the end of the day, everybody knows. Now Thomas Alva Edison, after so many years also, we remember his name.
Absolutely.
So those who have done the big thing, one good thing was that those who are great success, they were never after the results.
Absolutely.
If we are after the result, we can never be consistent.
Absolutely. That's true.
We can never be consistent. Because if the result is not in my favor, I'll be disturbed.
Absolutely.
How can I be consistent?
That's true.
So we can never be consistent. If you are not consistent, you are not going to get result also. So all those people, whether it was all the great people, Ambani's, he started doing with the petrol pump. Slowly, he made the empire also.
Yeah.
So many people come in our life to criticize us at that point of time.
Absolutely.
But we should know that we are doing the right thing. That's the reason I said, no, it's very important to be successful. Truthful to yourself. What you are doing is good. Going to help the people, or it is not going to harm the people, at least.
Exactly.
And with all my honesty, I want to perform my duty.
Exactly.
Then that fearlessness comes. Because you have not done any wrong thing, automatically fearlessness comes. I'm not affected. Whatever happens, I have not done anything wrong. That fearlessness comes with that.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we are all living in fear only. What will happen if this happens? What will happen if that happens? The whole like animals only. Animals are, sometimes we think that the bird's life is very good. Bird is living every second in fear. You see their eyes like this. Somebody can attack me from somewhere. Even a
Absolutely.
he cannot sit peacefully in one place. You can see the bird sitting in one place, even for a minute peacefully.
Exactly.
And then she'll fly. Because she's in a fear always.
Absolutely.
So we are also always in a fear. We can never be peaceful. We can never be peaceful if we are in fear.
Very true.
So
I have gone through this Prabhupada's biography. Half of this, it is really a great inspiration. He is leaving America with a one box and with few rupees in his pocket, and under which circumstances from one place to another place, then starting kirtans, then getting people. It is really worth going through it and understanding this whole journey. It really inspires. And normally at that age, people think, oh, enough is enough. Now I have done everything in my life. And he starts at that age. And he has broken the myth that anything cannot be done at any age.
yes.
It is really a great inspiration. Few of the pages I read it 2 times, 3 times, how it is possible. Even next day, he was not knowing that what is going to happen in next week, next day. But things are getting connected and something big is evolving out of that.
I know. So we have, it's very important to be consistent.
Yes.
Consistent. And see, you can be consistent only when you are doing the right thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Nowadays, the general principle is only broken. People think for your good, you can do anything. Does not matter whether you are cheating people, whether you are doing wrong to the people. It's all good. You should get by hook or crook. That philosophy only is wrong. It is not a sustainable philosophy.
Absolutely.
Not a sustainable philosophy. It's non-sustainable. It is for some time. Sustainable philosophy is this only: do your duty very sincerely and do the right thing and wait for the result. That's a sustainable philosophy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Can we say the result or outcome will be there, but it need to be exactly the way as we desire? In material world, be at work or study, everything is being linked to result. Yeah, that is how the material. No, we do not know what the outcome is going to be. We do not know. Maybe I don't get the outcome. See, when the children are studying, you fail maybe if you are doing sincere work. If you do not study at all and you fail the exam, that is different thing. But even if you do, they say na ki whatever you have gained, nobody can take away from you. So there is some learning in that process also, which you have learned. Like Thomas Alva Edison said that I know this many ways bulb cannot be made. So there is a learning in that. So we do not know ki what I am desiring, only I get the result. Sometimes yes, sometimes no also. But in the process, we learn so many other things also. Krishna is making us and preparing us for something better. I might think that getting this only is the best for me, but maybe something else better from that is there waiting for me. Yeah, material world is like that. Everybody is working only for the result. That is why everybody is disturbed.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
When we deal with the complicated patients and they become all right, I'm very happy. But I don't take the credit. It is because of the God wish. I'm the instrumental. But when I lose the patient, I really become sad, though I did my maximum. But I think this is a human tendency. You really become sad. Where I went wrong, what happened, why? So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that time you really become sad. After that, you console yourself. But momentarily, you are off.
See,
So-
see, it is good thing when we are doing anything does not happen, and with especially with you as a doctor, because you are trying to save the life of a people. So it is always good to be thinking what went wrong and thinking maybe this. So that's a good thing. That there it is not an attachment. It is just that you just want to save the life of the person. So as a doctor, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And as good, you are saying that when a person becomes good, don't take the credit that I was the one.
No.
I am in
It
the
is the God's
instrument only.
wish.
If the Krishna wants to save somebody, he will save. I will do to save that patient. I will do my best.
Yeah.
I do not know whether he will be surviving or he will die. The doctor also does not know whether he will survive or not survive. But doctor has to do their best. You know, I have to give my best. I have to do all my skill, all my this thing, and with honesty, I will do. Then more than that, nothing is in your hand.
Yeah. This is in the last. This is what you.
Doctor's life is more like a detached.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
Because it's you can do only your duty.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Thank you.
anything we are doing, we should be always thinking in whatever, even I'm teaching to the school children or I'm working in some office, I'm getting paid for it. So I have to perform my duty best only over there. Whatever I'm doing, I have to give my best to that place.
Yeah. With
I
the
have to do
honesty,
my best. Honest and best. I have
honesty
to
and
do.
the best of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people see, always material world people are there to criticize you, make fun of you, maybe discourage you, but you carry your principle. After some time, people will recognize you.
For that, ma'am, stability is one, contentment and the balanced.
Yes. So that is always what Bhagavad Gita teaching. Be
This is-
content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stability, keep stability. Don't get this. See, one thing I have learned, the moment you start doing things as a matter of duty and with responsibility, I'm responsible for it, so I have to do it. Then
Yeah.
automatically that contentment comes.
Yeah, that's true.
I did my job very nicely. I did not cheat. I did not do anything wrong. So contentment comes from there only. Contentment does not come from money. Contentment comes from the happiness
No.
when you see on the face of the people.
It is the state of mind, and
And
it
also,
comes
yeah,
how you work. How you work.
when you make some difference in someone's life and you see the happiness on there, that is a contentment you look for.
Yeah.
Okay, I did my job very sincerely. Okay, one person is getting benefited by it, and I'm happy about it. Okay, at least some benefit he is getting. So that is what is the real contentment. So it is very important to be very sincere, honest, do duty very sincerely, whatever we are doing.
Thank you. Thanks, Mataji. Thanks a lot.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, so there's no more question. We close the session and see you all tomorrow. We'll try to complete this section tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very, very important verse of Karmanyavadikaraste. And we'll discuss that verse in great details and try to complete that section.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji.
Hare
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.